Ahoy! This is Kaizoku Uncharted, where a couple of siblings tell the vast sea of anime. If you think this is the crew for you, set sail with us each week. I'm Jakia.
And Justin. So, Undead Unluck.
That's right, folks. We're discussing Undead Unluck.
And I guess after watching the whole thing, like, where do you... I mean, granted, we started watching it in the beginning.
In
fall. Some of the shows we started talking about.
Right.
Then we found out it was going to be a tour, a two-parter.
Yeah.
Because it's still season 1.
Right.
And, at that point I was like, I'm just going to binge this.
Okay.
I feel like it
Sounds
was
like
better.
you gave up, Justin.
It was better for me when I binged it opposed to watching it like
week by week. I
think would not have made it.
It was
week by week.
Okay.
So with that being said, how did you feel about it? Characters that really, took your, breath away or what have you. Like, what's your take on Undead? Because, I think, did it get any awards? I forget from
I don't know if it got any awards.
I mean, not from us, but
no.
from, I think I saw it, maybe on Crunch. No,
maybe.
on anime, and maybe it was in the running for some anime awards. But what's your take on Undead?
So characters, or
just the show in itself.
The show in itself, I liked it because it was something different that I haven't seen before. So I think fall 2023 did a really good, fall and winter did a really good job of breaking the mold and bringing in new animes that we haven't seen before, and bringing out different tropes and exploring different things. So I just like the fact that it was something new, it was something different, it was something fresh, and it wasn't the same old thing. So I like that. I like Andy and Fuko's dynamic. At first it bothered me, but now I'm just it's growing on me, so I'm just I'm rooting for him. It'll work out. Okay. I don't trust Apocalypse. I never did, and I never will.
Oh, yeah, I can't stand Apocalypse.
Can't stand him. I just don't understand why we're listening to this book. But it's a whole thing.
Why does he even have powers?
Right. Where is it? How is it able to do what it... How is it able to, release these rules when we're, Why
can't someone just kill it?
I don't... These are all great points. Because has someone tried? I don't know.
Now, with that being said, we just said the magic 4 words. So... Does that mean we should be putting Apocalypse in the I Can't Stand book?
Absolutely.
We can't stand him.
Can't stand him.
Okay.
Yeah, put him in the book.
Continue.
Okay. In the beginning, I didn't like Juiz. She's not a good... I don't know. I didn't trust her in her leadership because I knew she was holding out on something. I just didn't know what it was. Maybe it was Maybe it was the helmet. Who knows? I'm gonna call her Jules because I don't know if I like that. Otherwise, sounds weird. Characters. I mean, I love. I was sad about Gina because I felt like Gina would have been very helpful later on. Because I feel like they didn't have to they didn't have to take Gina out in order to have, and I only say that because, if they had actually accomplished all of the quests that they were supposed to, sure, we would have gotten more seats at the table regardless. Sure. Right? Because technically now we have, 3 new members, right? So it's Andy, it's Fuko, and... What's that boy's name with that?
It's, Chikara.
Right. So we have 3 new people already, right? In that short span of time, because this ain't been a long time. So I'm just if they had actually did the quest that they were supposed to and did it successfully, then Gina wouldn't have had to die, because I feel like she would have been one of the most helpful characters in the current state where we are now.
I mean, 2020 of course is, but are you under the impression that Billy doesn't make his move if Gina was still around? I mean,
if Billy made his move... I'm pretty sure Billy would have still made his move regardless because, the fact that he still did it and Tatiana didn't go with him let me know that he was going to do it regardless. Because I was just no, he wouldn't do this to Tatiana, but he did. And I was he's been in it for the long haul too. But I feel if Gina was there, he would have still did it, but he wouldn't have been able to leave with us as much stuff. I don't think so. I'm not a fan of Billy, which is I thought that was like a bad betrayal. I thought he was trying to be like Aizen for a minute, and I'm just like, there's only one Aizen, and that's it. Sure. So wasn't a fan. I mean, I have many questions. I don't know who's in the armor. We never heard them speak.
Right, Ishin. Yeah.
We don't really know much about the kid, Phil, but
we know plenty. I'm confused.
I mean, look, I don't know. I feel like I need more. Like, I've seen Phil put in work, so right. I'm not questioning that.
No, I mean, we know that Phil they decided to let their whole body be made up of artifacts. Like,
right, I'm just like, why? I was like, what happened?
Why do you need to know?
I mean, look, if we were at questioning Apocalypse, we should be questioning Phil.
No, we're at questioning why is an Apocalypse dead. We're also questioning how is a book able to do stuff without an owner? Like, this is not a grimoire.
100%, Justin. I mean, listen.
Well, let me ask you this. I'm a little surprised your stance on Billy. I don't feel that way quite yet.
Okay.
Now, with that being said, what's your stance on Rip?
Rip is a menace. He's such a menace. But then at the very end, because it's basically skipping, but like at the end, I kind of feel bad for him because now I feel like we got a little bit more information about Rip and what's her name, Lata?
Yeah. And I'm trying to think. And Rip is known. I'm trying to think. He was unrepaired.
Unrepaired, right? So like now I'm like, okay, this is why. And then after meeting Akira, that was real. That was like they the real MVP. I don't care.
So I want to ask you.
Okay.
Given all this information,
I don't like spoil. Spoil can go into the book. The way that town sacrificed themselves for those kids, like that teacher.
Yeah.
That was like and spoil.
So spoil.
Spoil should go in the book.
Don't like spoil.
Not a fan.
So, with everything we know.
Yeah.
Because let's not forget how Undead Unluck started.
Yes.
We are getting chased and hunted down by Union.
Yep.
We even have tea with Juiz, and Juiz tells Unluck straight up, why she did what she did too.
Right.
Are you cool with Union?
I don't know. Because they set us up in the beginning to like not to be, back to Apothecary Diaries. Like they set us up. They were setting the stage like Union's the worst.
Yes.
And then I still felt that way a little bit. I was like, okay, so we're only with Union to save our lives, but we don't really know why we're really with Union.
Right.
Or why other people are with Union, but that's fine. So I was like, I don't know. But then I started like individual characters or individual members of Union.
Okay, like Tatiana.
Like Tatiana. Like I feel bad for her story. That was crazy.
100%.
That was messed up. I'm glad that those people got what they got at that.
Yeah, but how did they get what they got? Because of Billy.
Right, because of Union. So, but at the same time, but that was only because of quest because they had to capture Tatiana, right? So I don't know. I feel like Jules. That's what we're calling her.
Also,
I need to see what this arc look like too.
Also, so you are under pressure. There's a second season coming.
I mean, there has to be.
I mean, a lot of shows end stuff with the idea that there has to be.
Justin, they have to.
Always make
Justin, Akira was that person.
It has to be. Got it.
Yeah, no. Besides that, Akira did the greatest thing of all. Got us all together. They literally set us up for like, cool. We already handled autumn. We have to do spring, winter, and summer.
Training arc.
It is. It literally is.
This writer's ridiculous.
It was. Literally.
Like sometimes you gotta train, and I'm like, oh my god, training arc.
Yeah.
But so I hear what you're saying.
The question is back at you. Do you think it's not going to have another season?
I think it has laid the foundation for it.
Okay.
Doesn't mean it always happens.
It doesn't mean that it always happens. Yeah.
I don't know how both. The reason why I asked your stance on Union, as well as more importantly Jules, kind of like what Andy and Sheen were already hinting at and was putting the pieces together. She purposely decided which missions not to complete.
Right. For this loop.
You're right. And then we also find out like this world's been in the loop. So it's almost like, why did you do it? And then that's the other thing. That's why I'm like, I can't say Billy's been in it for the long haul because it's not like Billy has been alive during all these loops. Only 2 people have.
Right.
So at some point, Billy is like, okay, we're purposely choosing some missions to fail and some not to. I'll be the one to kill God then if Jules isn't showing the stomach to do this.
Right.
So the very fact that Ragnarok is getting ready to happen, some could say this is all because of Jules.
I mean, that's what I'm okay with saying that because I don't really trust her anyway. I feel like I'm not a fan of Billy because I feel like it was messed up how he went about it. I was like, you didn't have to be that dramatic. You didn't have to do all that. You could have just left and went about your business. You didn't have to take the whole table.
He needs the table.
He don't need the table.
He needed the table and he needed that book.
Look, and guess what he got? He just left the table and we still ended up with a round table at Stonehenge.
Listen.
No.
First of all, he got burned, okay? And we should have got that other one. Because you remember the book, one of the rewards is something like burn, but the book said, but that might not be worth it since you have burn.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So I'm like, okay, well then we clearly need it because burn is not on our side.
No, burn just left. It's just, I don't know. Look, I mean, I agree with you in the sense of like, yeah, Billy, that was the best choice to make because technically, he doesn't really know, does he actually know the story? He doesn't really know, like, Jules' background and her, like,
right.
utilizing the loop, right? I mean, utilizing the arc and stuff like that. And Rip and Atla don't find out about it until Fuko says, like, yeah, she's been using it. And he's like, what? And so that's, like, a whole other thing because they were looking for the arc and she's had it the whole time.
And not to mention, I mean, Billy said, we're not letting her have the arc.
Right.
So he at least is, like she said, he's become, or it's been leaked to him somehow.
Mm-hmm.
He's been given that information, is what Jules says. So it's like, I mean, I know you're saying it didn't have to be that dramatic. They didn't have to, because like honestly, just the introduction of Under would have been enough.
It really would have.
The fact that Rip was there, he's been putting together a group of Negator hunters.
They all do their own thing. He was like, whatchamacallit, just looks for artifacts. If we line up, and that's it.
So the very fact that was the thing, I was like, okay, cool.
I wonder what Bax is in for. That girl with the rabbit. Like, what is her angle?
I don't know. When I first saw
it reminded me of Slime for 2 seconds.
First of all, when we first got on the boat, I was like, we need Shin here. Shin clearly needs to fight this monk-looking person. That was my first stance on it. But when they were chasing people in Chinatown and then the pink rabbit suit was I was like, this clown show of a group is just ridiculous. That's all I can think about. So
I need to know Bax's story, man. I need to know.
Listen, we need to know a lot of stuff.
We do. We really do. I love how at the towards the end, like Top and Ishin were reading the books, the manga to get caught up.
Hey, they need to know what's happening
for the mission. I was like, this is great. They're just like, we in it. I was
part of me when they took that turn, I was like, and Undead has lost it. I was like, so now this is all becoming about romantic manga.
I will say I was impressed that Jules had so many of the copies like on hand. I was like, how many more are you gonna pull out?
I thought you was saying like Jules was the writer.
No.
At first when she like pulled it out, and I was just like, man, Jules, you being real lazy. Like you don't remember what you wrote. Like we got to find snippets to figure it out. But yeah, I was like, this is too much. So yeah, that's what I was. But yeah, I mean, I just don't know how I'm supposed to feel. Okay. Because we initially only joined this group so they would stop tracking us down. Right. And then Fuku's resolve changes because she wants them to defeat God so that they can return to having normal bodies. Right. That way, Chikara can go to school. Right. Tatiana have a normal body and they can be friends, hold hands. Yep. So
have tea parties, all that stuff.
So it's on, and I don't know what Shin would want to do. Like Shin's just.
I felt bad for him. He was like, when they were creating the manga, I know you hated it. I love that part. I thought it was great. Shin was like, what can I do? He was like, go pump some iron. And he did begrudgingly. It was great. I loved everything about it. It was great.
Do you want to know more about those scientists?
I kind of do.
One is his kid.
Yeah, just one. I know, but they all report to him. And I was like, where did they come from? I was like, that's fine. I think Nico's cool. I think he's just...
Nico seems alright.
Yeah, he knows all that there is to know, apparently, and he taps into, like, the knowledge.
So are you cool with everyone except for Jules?
I just don't trust
technically him. Billy. And it seems like... is Ishin on the list just because we haven't heard Ishin? We haven't seen Ishin?
I'm okay with Ishin because Ishin was reading with tops, so it's fine.
And then I thought it was a whole suit of armor, but you see the Ishin's eyes underneath like the helmet's neck. So I'm like, what's going on here?
I don't know. I need more information. I was like, what's happening? And I'm like, yeah, it's
Top seems cooler than I kind of low-key thought it was going to be cool because I'm like, who's this kid a part of this organization?
Right.
Then we find out he's like 15. And Top kicked Billy's head clean. And I was like, he killed him. He just broke his neck.
He did.
I was like, Top did that so quick.
He was like, he killed. Because he was like, priorities. Like, the things have changed. This is what we need to do. And I was like, 100%. We don't know what's going on.
Top speed.
Literally.
Took his head off. I was like, it's all right. I ain't Top. I see you out here. But I don't know. I'm a huge fan of Repair. At first.
I mean, look, I like Rip to this thing because, like, I like how. Go ahead, you can say what you like about him, but
No, I mean, he's just a cool looking guy.
He is cool, yeah.
Kid for him, he was interested. He was like, hey, no hard feelings.
And then he was like, he was basically like, don't make it a big deal. Yeah, like. He was like, oh yeah, my body like shrunk, but it's fine. I'll be okay.
They were. He was like, hey, y'all want fair and square. They were both there for something.
Right. He's like, it's okay.
Yeah. He said, yeah. He's like, let's be cool. You don't have to. So the one thing that first of all, we talked this whole time. Victor seems OP out of this world.
Yes.
For
no apparent reason. For no reason.
It seems like they also have gods because he was like, I'm not a Thor. And I was like, what? So I was like, so they're referencing other gods, and then it's like, but what is this one big that they're at least calling God? And I'm sure it's going to be called something else.
Right.
But I was just like, I started thinking, like, all of their abilities is something.
Yes.
Unrepaired, yeah. The group is called Union.
Yeah.
The other group is called Under. I was like, there's a lot of U's in this show. Like, okay. Listen, it is. I had to take the time out of my day and write a lot of U's.
The unpaired group is Under.
It is Under. It is.
Okay.
I mean, it's just a lot. But the one theme I'm starting to see between everybody, because it happened with Tatiana.
There's Uma. That's another use. That's
what I'm saying. It's tons of use. Tons. It also happened to Chikara. These people are discovering their powers, and unfortunately, it's at the expense of their parents.
Yes, that is crazy. It's happened to Fuko, Chikara, Tatiana. I don't know what top story is, but hey, maybe that's why Phil had to become like tired of artifacts.
Hey, could have been. Maybe it's Ishin's issue.
Right. Apparently, that might have been Victor's situation, because, like, apparently we were supposed to find out how he came into this world.
Right.
But he was like, you don't need to know that part. And I was like, oh, so maybe you know something.
I mean, it could have been for Jules. Her injustice is pretty weird.
Yeah, it is.
Looks like you can kill a lot of people for no reason.
It's true. She sent that alien fleet, took them out.
I'm still like, I was tripping when Billy was using everybody's abilities.
Yes.
Because I was like, what is this? Because, like, he almost had us kill each other.
Oh, yeah, escalated so quickly.
He used Top's move. I was like, snaps. He was using Undead's move. I was like, man, this is...
It's not looking good.
This is a lot. So yeah, I was just like, but yeah, so much of it is just like, I just can't fully get behind Union.
Yeah.
Then is there more members of Under? Like,
I feel like everyone we saw in the Chinatown thing, that's everybody.
That's it.
I feel like that's it because I feel like Rip's like, we can't have that many members.
I feel like Rip don't care.
He do care. It has to get to a point where it's not out of hand. It can't be out of hand. I feel like everyone we saw is everyone that we have, unless there are new members that come along and they're like, hey, you need to capture this person. Like, I don't think anyone's gonna get unknown, but they can try, which is Akira.
All right. Well, any other? The one thing I just keep thinking about is when they unified all the languages. And shit was like, why y'all talking to me?
It was like, why you being so weird? And immediately they came together.
They saw somebody talking Japanese. And they didn't ask questions. They didn't say nothing. It's just a taser. Like,
and people are just like, oh my God.
Yes. I don't know. They just whipped out a taser and got him. Like, that's all it took.
He had it pretty rough. That was
man,
that was a rough. I know.
I'm trying to figure out how to get out. Because it was like, oh no, you ain't going to escape on my watch. And I was just like, it's like, how do you even get out anyway? Like, is he picking pockets? Like,
no, he's not taking pockets, not him. But no, that's all I got. I mean, so I hope that they have another season.
I mean, it would help clear up a lot of things.
It would help clear up a lot of things. It would help clear up a lot of things.
How do you care about those intros and outros?
In the first part one, it was great.
Interesting.
It was a good song.
Okay.
Because it was by Queen Bee who did Mysterious.
Sure,
and I was like, this is a bop. This is great. It's on my playlist.
You got it.
The ending was okay.
Okay.
It was okay, but I preferred... But I would say compared to part 2, I didn't like part 2's intro or ending.
Got it.
I mean, I liked the credits, like the animation and like
sure,
the story.
The visuals.
The visuals were great.
Right.
I was like, okay, but I was like, the song wasn't really hitting me like that.
I haven't really heard anything that's really like. The sad thing is like One Piece's current song is probably more memorable than some of the other songs, which is pretty bad.
Well, I mean, listen, I think it's memorable because the fact that the same guy who's been doing the intros has been doing it for a while. So I feel like that adds to why it's so memorable. I
don't take that like until you just said that now, I wouldn't have known that.
Oh, okay. I was like, what do you mean?
I don't look at the names who made it.
Well, no, the voices is the same.
No, but the reason I say it is kind of bad because literally the first part of the song is just yelling. Like,
yeah, they do.
And I was like, huh. This is rough.
I mean, I didn't have that many good... Like, if we had to do, like, to vote, I don't think any shows from winter are going to end up on my, my best of, for, like, my best for,
I mean, there's still some shows for winter that I'm going to binge that we didn't discuss.
Okay.
You know, like, I think something called, like, something about a seventh loop or something.
I did hear that one was pretty good. And I was like, let's see.
There's Dr. Elise, I think is what it's called.
Dr. Elise, I'm still catching up on the show that came out last year, which was like the Saint, because like season 2.
Oh yeah,
season 2. Yeah. Saint, because season 2 came out last fall, so I was like, so I'm catching up on that. So I was like, let me finish this before I start Dr. Elise. Now that's a good show. We should talk about that show. That was crazy.
All right, but yeah, I don't want to get off track. Yeah, but that's it for Undead Unluck. Still don't trust Union. Yeah. We need more answers.
Do you trust Under?
Trust them how?
I mean, look, you said you don't trust Union, so I'm saying, do you trust the other group?
I mean, I really don't trust those guys. Like, I don't. Okay. I'm like, we're with these Union guys and I don't trust them. How can I trust these people we're not with?
Listen, I was just wondering. I was just asking. I was like, that's fine. All right. But yeah, so that's this week's episode. All right.